What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, coming back to Blind Guardian, yes indeed, Blind Guardian fans feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bibbity bot, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Jonas R, and Jonas wanted to see me react to this. It is Blind Guardian with a tune called The Script for My Requiem. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second. Yeah, I've heard this song before. I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Vertruvihe the Third, Crotomanique. Sure, why not? And the video has 45,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Blind Guardian, Imaginations Through the Looking Glass. We've done this concert several times for several reactions. I think Jonas is trying to get me to react to the whole concert, just one piece at a time. Full concert, 720p FPS. Yep, cool. All right, so I'm supposed to start at 1819. That's right where we're at. And I'm supposed to end at 24:35. Well, we'll see how that goes. Sometimes I hit the mark, sometimes I don't. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Enemies, the script for my requiem.
Oh, it's at 100. It's quiet. Okay, for those of you, because I get this every single time. Trust me when I say this, folks. I'm having a hard time hearing it too. I know it's quiet. I know it is. My volume does not go any higher. I downloaded this directly from YouTube at its peak as well. So the video is just quiet, guys. I have no control over that. I wish I did. I wish I could magically wave a magic wand, poing, and it's magically louder. I wish I could do that, but I can't. So before you decide to go in the comments and yell at me and chew me out and blame me for it, take a look. It's 100%. It does not get any louder than that. So I'm sorry, folks. I really am. Yeah, let me pause actually. Let's back up. Okay, here's where the guitar solo kicks in. Okay. So now I can just let the guitar solo run. I don't have to worry about pausing. We're in D. Love that. My favorite key. The movement and motion within the verses, I mean, it's pretty prototypical. You know, you can see it coming from a mile away. You know, you really can. You can see where it's gonna go. Things get interesting though when it gets to the chorus. Going down to the G. So you're going down to the 4, up to the major 7 to the root. That's interesting. Okay. And then we go back down to the 4 again to the major 6 to the flat 7. Okay. And then we go down to the flat 6 to the natural 6 to the flat 7 to the natural 7. And then down to the flat 6 to the flat 7 to the root. Wait, what? But the thing is, it works. It does work. Let me back up. I know we're going to go into the solo here, but I want to show you what I'm talking about. Here it is. So the G, there's the 4. So G, natural 7, root, right? Now we're on the G to the natural 6 to the flat 7. Flat, this is going to be flat 6, natural 6, flat 7, natural 7. Just all chromatic movement upwards. And then back to the root, to the flat 6, to the flat 7 to resolve. It's interesting. It's a little different, but it sounds good. It does sound good. Looks like we're doing the guitar solo in 3. Here we go with that progression again. Flat 6, natural 6, flat 7, natural 7, root, flat 6, flat 7. 24:35. Right on the mark. Cool. All right. Not a lot to talk about. The biggest thing I was going to discuss, I've already discussed, which was the chorus. Chorus was really interesting. Everything else was just, I hate to say it, but everything else was pretty much typical Blind Guardian stuff. So, that's not bad. It's not a bad thing. They found their formula and they're following it. But the only thing that really caught my attention, in all honesty, was the chorus. So, anyway, let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Blind Guardian with the script for My Requiem. This was a request from Jonas R. Yeah, I thought about it, and honestly, folks, there's really not a whole lot to talk about. So this is probably going to be a pretty short review, so don't get too comfortable, okay? Let's start with the score, and we'll go from there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that overall presentation a 7.9. Yep, 7.9. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.9. What does that mean? Well, a 7.9 would translate to a really good skill rating because overall, I think this was a really good song. It would also get 4 out of 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. That's B as in boy. So there you go, a 7.9, really good skill rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and a B as in boy, B+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay, for the most part, it's pretty typical stuff from Blind Guardian. We're in D, which I was really happy about. It's my favorite key, so it was very easy to listen to. The verse, the chordal progression made sense. It sounded good. It flowed well. Did anything really blow my mind about it? No, you've heard riffs like this, very similar to this from Blind Guardian, quite often. So it's not like anything really blew my mind there. The only thing about the song, when it came to the songwriting, was that blew my mind was the chorus. That chordal progression in the chorus, starting off on the 4. That right there, that's pretty interesting. From the 4 to the we're in D minor, so we're gonna go to the major 7 to the root, okay, back down to the 4 to the major 6 to the minor 7, okay. Then from there, we're gonna go to the minor 6 and we're gonna move up chromatically, minor 6, major 6, minor 7, major 7, and then we're going to go to the root, back down to the minor 6, resolve on the minor 7. Well, not resolve, but that's going to be the turnaround point to either go back to the root or go back to the 4 to do that progression again. That's actually a really smart thing to do. Better than going to the root, because I've seen bands do this before too. They'll use the root as the turnaround point. So they'll resolve on the root and use that as a turnaround point to go back to the 4 again. It feels, when bands do that, I always feel like they're overstaying their welcome, but by doing it the way that Blind Guardian did, using the 7 as the turnaround point, you could go either, it's like choose your adventure, take your pick. You're going to go to the root to move on in the song or go back down to the 4 smoothly to go back around and do it again. It makes sense. I like that chorus. I think the chorus was the highlight of the song. Other things of note, the usage of straight time and double time, I like it. I definitely like that, but they also did utilize halftime a little bit in the chorus, which was nice. That halftime feel. The guitar solo going into 3 for that. I like that. I think that was different. I don't think it was needed, but it definitely added to the overall depth of the song. It definitely put more meat on the bone, that's for sure. It wasn't just 4/4 the entire time, which I was really happy about. So yeah, smart move putting the guitar solo in 3, and then as soon as the guitar solo was done, we came back into the main part of the song again, into the pre-chorus, right back to 4 again. Made sense. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. As far as musicianship goes, I'm just gonna say the exact same thing that I say on every single Blind Guardian reaction. Musicianship, really nice job. Everybody sounded good. I didn't hear anybody that sounded bad. Playing was all clean. I have no complaints about the musicianship whatsoever. It wasn't the strongest outing by Blind Guardian. I've heard other songs that are definitely more interesting, definitely more impressively written, definitely more fantastic as far as like the songwriting and arranging go, but not a song to sneeze at, not by any stretch. I would give the song on its own about a 7.7, honestly. But I'm giving this a 7.9. How did that happen? Well, if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you already know what I'm gonna say. So say it with me, kids.
Sing it out one time.
A live show can help your score or it can hurt your score. And in this case, it did help a little. It did help a little bit. Let's go down the checklist. You'll see what I'm talking about. Stage presence. Sort of. These guys don't really put a whole lot of stock into their appearance. I mean, I'm not saying they look like roadies. I mean, I don't think they look like roadies, but at the same time, I mean, they could just be your average Joe just walking down the street. So, but I mean, they are up on stage. They do command a certain level of stage presence. So, yeah, I'll give it to them. Sure, why not? Stage energy. It's there. I'll give it the check. It's very casual. It's very casual. The lead singer is literally just kind of strolling around the stage during the guitar solo. He just kind of wanders off to the back, and then he kind of wanders back out when he's ready to come out. No intensity. No intent. No intent. So it's just very casual. The only person I really saw moving around with any type of intensity was the guitar player over on stage left. When he would move, he moved with purpose, and I did notice that. So I am giving it the check. It's a little bit of a weak check for stage energy, but it is there. Stage interaction, none, zilch, nada. I never saw any member of the band interact with each other. No, they didn't even look at each other. It's like, do you guys not like each other or something? I mean, is this just a business arrangement? I mean, you guys don't even make eye contact with each other. I mean, it's weird. But in any case, no, that does not get a check. Crowd interaction. Yes, I am going to give it a check. When the song kicked off, lead vocalist was leading the charge, getting the crowd clapping. That was nice. And several times during the course of the song, he was making some broad arm gestures, and it looked to me like he was doing it toward the crowd, not just doing it for the sake of theatrics. There's a difference. There's a definite difference. When you're doing it toward the crowd, you look at the crowd. When you're doing it for theatrics, you're looking wherever. So it looked like he was doing it toward the crowd, so I am going to give that the check. Showmanship, not really. I mean, it kind of a little bit with the beginning, sure. And like I said, the lead vocalist was doing some grand gestures with his arms. The guitar player over on stage left, he was putting on a good visual show. All right, fine, I'll give that the check. Sure, why not? We already did showmanship. Production, sort of. The stage is designed well, but we've covered that before. The lighting looked good. I think the lighting was appropriate, and it was well done for the show. So yeah, I mean, it's a little basic, but it is still production. So sure, why not? So this is how I'm bumping it up. Point 2 is for what we just discussed when it came to the live show. I know Blind Guardian, let's be honest here. Blind Guardian's live shows, they're not much to look at. They're no pun intended. They're not amazing. They're not thrilling. They don't really put a whole lot into their visual spectacle, which is a shame because That is part of the show. We've had this argument several times about you go to see the show. You don't go to, like, when you're talking to your friends, hey, I got tickets to go hear Blind Guardian. No one says that. Hey, I got tickets to go see Blind Guardian. Yes. You see what I mean? It is part of the argument. So, yeah, I guess I know what it is. I knew going into this reaction, I knew what I was going to expect from a live performance from them, and I got it. You know, I got pretty much everything I was expecting, and I didn't get the things I wasn't expecting either for the most part. I will say I was pleasantly surprised by the little bit of crowd interaction that we did get, so I'll take what I can get. So yeah, at the end of the day, 7.9, yeah, I feel good about that score, and that's where we're gonna stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.9, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.